Welcome to Don't Skip the Corners podcast with your host, Brian Leighton. Today is episode 2, Marketing on a Shoestring Budget. So today's episode is marketing essentially from zero. So we're going to act as if you're an entrepreneur who's just starting out. You don't have a plan really in place, you don't have much of a budget, and you're kind of trying to figure out where do you go from here. So we're going to go over just 5 key concepts, if you will. We'll talk about a little bit in detail about certain specific things, and obviously I'll share some experiences that I went through 13 years ago when I built PHC Cleaners in a very similar circumstance. And then we'll have other episodes that really dive deeper into strategic marketing and marketing plans and what does that all look like. So let's get right into it. So you're starting off from zero, right? You're an entrepreneur, just starting a business, don't really know where to start. So the first things first, you need to build a website. Now, again, you can spend thousands of dollars, hire a web designer, build your website, but you don't have that. So you're gonna need to build yours from scratch. When I first started PHC Cleaners, I was in the same boat. I think I paid about $50 for the year for a domain name. I purchased my domain name from yola.com. I still use that platform today. There's 1,000,001 platforms out there. There's Yola, there's Squarespace, there's GoDaddy, there's WordPress. Do some research, find the one that you like or you enjoy the best, maybe has different features, and go from there. Once you've found your platform and you've chosen a domain name, you'll then have to go into and start designing your website. A lot of these different platforms have a variety of features, and it makes designing your website quite easy. Another platform I use is Squarespace. They have great templates that allow you to really plug and play and drop content onto a website and make it look nice. When you're building out your website, especially when you're starting, 5 to 7 pages max. You don't need to get crazy into the SEO piece right away. Certainly that's going to be a big piece of your marketing approach as you start getting going on building out your website. But 5 to 7 pages get you going. Homepage, your services page, your leadership page, your about us page, contact page. But I wouldn't stress on making any more than 7 pages as you get things going. The number 2 thing is a company email address. I'm not saying Brian Leighton's Cleaning Company at gmail.com or Brian Leighton's Cleaning Company at yahoo.com. It's just not professional. You want a professional email address, brian.leighton at phccleaners.com. I personally like the Google product, so I like the Gmail platform. Google has a great platform for email, obviously, and they've got a lot of different products that kind of tie together, like Google Docs and Google Drive. So I've always appreciated that. So they've got a good little setup where you can set up your business email through Gmail. I think it's something like $6-7 a month. There's certainly other platforms. Outlook and GoDaddy also have similar setups and features as well. I personally use Gmail, but do some research, figure out which one you like the most. But again, that is very important in your marketing play, because when you're contacting clients or you have business cards, you want to have a nice professional email address. Again, $6-7 a month is really not bad. Number 3, we all know and love social media. Getting on the social media platform for your business. It's important that you have a personal social media page and a business page. Now, if you're maybe a consultant or yourself is your brand, maybe you can get away with just having one social media page because it's about you. But if you obviously are selling a product or selling a service, it's important that you have a separate page, a separate identity. And that way you can obviously draw in clientele. You can obviously utilize both pages to help market one to the other, but certainly have a social media presence for your business. Now, I know I might get some heat for this, I might not, who knows. I've got a lot of friends that are marketing directors and in the digital marketing world, and obviously they'll say that you should be on social media. And they'll often say that you should be on multiple accounts. See, I do disagree with that. I would say 2 or 3 max. You don't need to be on all 17 social media platforms. 2 or 3, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I think there's a lot of value in TikTok. I personally am not on TikTok, but I certainly have friends and colleagues that have their businesses on TikTok and have success. I just haven't experimented in that route yet. We have success on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and that works for us. Certainly we'll adventure into other platforms as well. But that's part of this process. So as you're starting out, don't overwhelm yourself with getting on every single social media platform. Stick to 2 or 3, get your feet wet, get a better understanding of how they work. Each platform is designed to be utilized in a different way, so it's important that you get a good understanding of how they work and how they will best help market and brand your business. Number 4, I call it the business platforms. So as a service company, PHC Cleaners, we're a facility solutions provider. We needed to get on platforms where clients or potential clients were going in order to find our services. So one platform that we had a lot of success on when we first started was Yelp.com. Yelp is a great platform. It's not just cleaning services or services per se, but there's a variety of different businesses on there, from your local pizza shop to the laundromat to obviously cleaning. And what that allowed us to do is we created a free account. We got on Yelp.com, posted some pictures about us, put all our information on there, our website. People would go on Yelp and look for different services or businesses that they may need. One good thing about Yelp was that it also it was one of the first that really pushed reviews, right? So way back when, 2009, 2010, reviews were really starting to enhance and be a big piece of business growth, and they still are today. But Yelp did a great job of kind of getting in front of that and pushing that. So people would go to Yelp, let's see what the Yelp reviews are. Businesses would have little stickers on the door. So we had a lot of success on Yelp, and there you could certainly create a free account. There's also pay-for features if you find value in a variety of features that kind of a la carte, if you will. So I jumped on Yelp. Maybe Yelp works for your business, or maybe it doesn't, but that was a great opportunity that we took. Another platform that we used was Angie's List. So again, very service-based platform with a lot of different services on there. So potential clients were going on Angie's List, again, looking for reviews, looking for certified businesses. Then again, we had a lot of success. Also, the Better Business Bureau, BBB, was a great platform for us and still is today. Again, certified type of website, showed reviews, allowed you to get a better understanding of what the business was, especially in the service industry. There's 1,000,001 services out there, so it's super important that you really do your research on finding the best fit, right? And another big one that we use, and I think is really starting to take off, is Google Business. Now you can create a Google Business page where you don't necessarily need a address. So an example, so obviously we have an office and we have warehouses for supplies and where our teams work, but people don't come to our offices. So what we are able to do is we create a Google Maps of areas that we service. So we service companies in various states. So we're able to target different locations where we have clients, where we want to draw even more clients. So I think that's an excellent opportunity. Google Maps, Google Businesses. You can post updates, they call them, so you can stay connected with prospect clients. There's a review page. Obviously, there's directions. If clients go to your facility or to your business to buy products or service, they can obviously look you up and find your address, contact information, website, etc. So great opportunity. I think no matter what business you're in, you should be diving on that. Even if you're a web-based business, it allows you to really get connected with the local market. So if you're the Boston area and you do web design, you should be obviously targeting people throughout Boston and localizing yourself to the Boston area. Not saying you just have to stick with that specific location, but it should be a push for you to get connected with local businesses around you. And the last piece, I would say community involvement and connecting and networking with businesses or organizations, nonprofits, for-profits, just connecting with a variety of businesses in your local geographical area. Why? Because that starts to build not only your business brand, but your brand as a business owner and as an entrepreneur. People like people, right? People trust people. If they trust you, then obviously more likely they're going to trust your business. So connecting with your local community and being involved, providing sponsorships. And sponsorships doesn't have to necessarily be monetary. Sponsorships can be volunteering your time and allowing to have your brand or your name on a magazine or just in the local area. I think that's massively important when it comes to starting from the ground up. Another big piece is being involved in the Chamber of Commerce, connecting again with like-minded people and businesses in your organization. People like to help people that they trust, and so it's important that you get connected with your local community and build that trust. This is all part of your marketing plan, a strategic marketing plan. If you don't have a marketing plan, I suggest that you certainly build one out. It doesn't have to be a 20-page plan. It can be, I don't know, a couple pages max, but at least it starts to put together some sort of roadmap and guideline of what your marketing pursuit looks like. In addition to your plan, or I should say this will also be included in your plan, is what I like to call is your schedule of execution. This one thing to talk about marketing, there's a whole other thing to actually execute on your marketing strategy. We put all this work into creating this thing, but we never actually execute on it, right? And then we wonder why isn't it working? I've got all these great ideas, or we want to do this, but we never actually do it. So it's important that you put together a schedule of execution. So it is a daily map of what you're going to be doing that day to market your business. Through your execution process, remember this: fail and fail fast. Because you don't have a lot of capital or budgets invested into your marketing plan, it's going to cost you time. I would much rather spend time and fail than spend money and fail. Why? Because when I learned from my experience, spending time and failing, I am learning, right? I am understanding, I'm getting a better sense of what the market looks like, the demographics of my potential clients, the geographical locations where I can max out hopefully sales. I'm learning, there's a return there. So fail and fail fast, and when you fail, you can make adjustments and corrections to maximize opportunities elsewhere. So if one thing doesn't work, or you made a content post on social media and it didn't get any likes or whatever the case may be, you're going to make adjustments and make other posts. Be creative, right? Which leads us into the next piece is data collections. I cannot stress enough, whether you are doing social media marketing, email marketing, any sort of digital marketing, of course, or face-to-face, always keep track of your data. So personally, what I like to do, I keep it simple. So I have a Google Drive and a marketing folder, and specifically in that folder I have my marketing workbook of all this data that I've collected. Obviously clients that we've had, potential clients that have shown interest in us, that I've been in communications with, clients who we provided services X amount of time ago and what they're looking for now. And even I've done research on businesses that are quote unquote cold, but how do I build up a network with them? Not necessarily trying to sell them anything, but I just want them to know that we're in the area and I'd love to connect with them and see how we can help their business. So putting together a workbook of data, because it is very, very difficult, and there's really no purpose of marketing without data. You need to understand what's working and what's not working. Obviously do something, it fails, why didn't that fail? There's your data. Can you utilize that data and make corrections to hopefully find success? Success isn't always sales. Success could be building a relationship or getting additional business connections. But what did you get out of the marketing approach? So data is massively important as you dive into that. And again, this should all be part of your marketing plan. And if you're not even sure what a marketing plan is or a strategic plan, like I said, we're going to have another episode and discuss that more in detail. So I hope you maybe took something away from today on that crash course into marketing on a shoestring budget. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me directly. I'm always open to help entrepreneurs and help people that are just starting a business, or even if you're not starting a business, maybe you're involved in business or you're a manager and you need ideas, you need feedback. I always love to connect with like-minded individuals. So I'll see you guys on the next episode of Don't Skip the Corners podcast. Take care.